Hello and welcome to our game presentation today. This game was made by me, Aaron Comiskey, Aaron Hogan and Nathan Mongey. So the first thing I will show is a scene. This is a scene we made. It's a major part of the game. We didn't actually get to put it into the game, but it's a huge scene. I made the terrain, I made the rocks, I made most of the stuff in this world. So that's why I'm showing this off. And Nathan Mongey was a big part of this as well. I'll show you a few different angles, show you what we made in this. And it actually turned out pretty well. So we tried to make it look like Legette. So if you can see here, the terrain kind of not green grass because the fire and the world's on fire, so we tried to make the grass kind of muffled and brown so it was burnt out. Then we had the boathouse where you meant to actually skip from the boat scene to this, but we just couldn't get that working. We had rocks, we had rocky terrain, we had trees, we had bushes, and we had a boathouse which hopefully you can go in and see. There's an armchair, we had a table. If I can zoom in, we made a table, we made a dresser. If I can zoom in, we made if I can get you a different angle of that. We made a crate, we made a bedside table. Hope you get a better angle of that. And coming out, I was really proud of this world. I'll show you a top-down view of it, I'll show you different views of it. I was really proud of this world, and I can't say that I wasn't proud of it. Like, at the start, I didn't know a lot about Unity, and I wasn't the biggest on Unity, but I put this world together, and I was very proud of it, and it turned out really well. Some of the bushes, the rocks, the trees, they all look pretty realistic. The lamps, all made ourselves. We didn't use any assets, we made all these ourselves, and they turned out pretty well. Now I'm going to bring you on to the actual game. So there's the scene view, if you want some different angles off it there. I'm going to bring on to the actual game now. So we have 4 different scenes in our game as I scroll down here. So scene 1 is the intro. We go into the game. Welcome to our game, it says. So start. Press the start button, wait for it to load for 2 secs, and then start. Oh sorry, I skipped here. So if we go scene 1 and start. So I'll click the play button again. Something went wrong. Press start. So, we have a letter. I made this letter, and this letter is meant to be because our character in the game is meant to be trying to flee the city, and his family have already fled the city because Legette and the whole thing's burning down. His family are in the mountains. The letter kind of looks a bit weird. It wouldn't go in right. I think we need to go to the inspector and maybe change the dynamic and change the size of it. But it looks kind of cool the way that it's kind of shaded out, because back in the day it wouldn't have the best paper, so shade. I tried to make the edges kind of a bit burnt away, so it looked like the fire had got to the letter a bit, but he just got it before the fire, and he has to go find his family. So he has to cross the river, across the lake, and find his family. So then we go into scene 1. Welcome to our game. You use WASD, you collect the yellow cube to win, and you avoid the boys in the water. I'm going to play this game. It's actually kind of tricky to play, but I'm going to go in and play it and see if I can complete it. Hopefully I can. Because my brother played it as well, and it's actually kind of a tricky game. I'll maximize this so I can play it in full screen to show you. So let's try my best to complete it. So W, A, and you have to avoid them, and when you when you hit them it says you lose. I'm under a lot of pressure here, so I mightn't be able to complete it under this much pressure. Oh Jesus, I am shocking at playing games. God, come on. No! I'll give it one more try, then I'm giving up. I'll give it one more try. I don't want to bore you with like 10 different tries. Okay. A. Just, I think slow and steady wins the race. This game is all about slow and having patience. But like you need a challenge in the game. I feel like we got a really good challenge into this game. And the boat looks very realistic, the boys look very realistic. It's done really well. Aaron Hogan was the one who was working on this, and he did an amazing job. Fair play to him. Think I have it. Yes, I completed it. And then it says thanks for playing. That was actually kind of tricky. So that's our game. As you can see here, we have our assets, and I'm going to go through all the assets that we have in this game. We may have a ton of assets in this game. We have armchairs that I made for the house, all the stuff for the house, the desk, the dresser that Nathan made, the key, the lamp. Like, none of us were that big on Unity. None of us are Unity people. We don't want to study games afterwards. We did a really good job. We got some stuff looking really realistic. Got some really good textures in here. And we got some really good items. And we actually did really well. I'm really proud of how this game turned out. I'm really proud of everyone part of this game. I think we made it in Legette It kind of looked like Legette, which I was really proud of as well. If we could have got the world integrated in the game, I still think this shows off a lot of work, a lot of skill, and I really hope you're happy with this. The game is quite fun, quite challenging to play. We've all our assets here, we've all our scenes, we've got the letter, we've got, like, we have just a ton of stuff. I'll click into some of them here. That's what the letter was meant to look like, and I made this myself. It took me a long time to get like the fire and all that, so it came out really well. So I'll click into a few more items so you can see what they actually are. But like, all in all, it was a really good game. It's kind of lagging here, sorry. Let's try stop lagging. But yeah, a really good, well-made game. I'm really happy. Hope you enjoyed it, and goodbye.